The side that caters to professional clients such as the government agencies is called Motorola Solutions. Its CEO is Greg Brown, and he joins us live now from the New York Stock Exchange. Greg, great to have you here with Matt and myself. We just heard your colleague talking about when his company is going to make a profit. You guys are already profitable at Motorola Solutions. Do you feel like then, in the end, that you got a better deal than he did?
I don't think of it that way. I think it was a good deal for both. I think the businesses were separated the right way with the right configuration, and I'm more excited about today being the launching pad for Motorola Solutions. It's a start, not an end, and I'm completely, and the team is focused on growing the business from this day forward.
I got to ask you before we focus on solutions, Greg, I mean, you were the co-CEO of the whole company before. I thought it was astounding that I read somewhere, I think the Wall Street Journal earlier, that about 60% of Motorola's phones are sold through Verizon Wireless. And then I was thinking, well, what happens when they introduce the iPhone? Obviously a huge competitor. Is that a concern to you? Is it a concern to Sanjay going forward?
Well, I think, look, I think mobility is well positioned. Sanjay's done a very good job since he got here a little over 2 years ago. They have a complete Android portfolio of smartphones by which to go attack the market in 2011 beyond. I think that'll be their issue to solve for, and they're well positioned to do it.
But is it tough? Because once you lose a foothold, history tells us it's very tough to get back to the top, especially in the mobile world.
Well, for solutions, we don't have that. I mean, we are at the top. We're the worldwide leader in mission-critical public safety. We lead in enterprise mobile computing and RFID. We're a leader in wireless LAN. So we're coming out of the gate with wins behind our back, well positioned, with incumbency, with an extensive customer installed base, outstanding worldwide channels, a great team of 22,000 worldwide. We're ready to go.
What about, I mean, Greg, the problem with being at the top, right, is that you have the furthest to fall. You guys sell a lot of things to municipalities, local governments, police radios, emergency equipment. I remember that at the time that Motorola sort of got into the business even bigger over the last decade. They were excited about it. But right now we're looking at a crisis in terms of local government budgets. Are you concerned about that?
Well, we always have to keep our eye on that, Matt. But the good news is, even with the stiff winds, we have consistently, over the last 6, 7, 8 years, grown that business. And it's not, we don't just sell things to government customers, we sell mission-critical communications, public safety infrastructure, sophisticated, secure, encrypted subscriber devices, video command and control, video surveillance. So when I think about government spending and what's at top of the food chain, I think public safety.
But Greg, just do the math with me. I mean, how can you continue making money? These clients are cutting budgets, laying off police officers. Isn't it just pure math? They're going to just cut back on the amount of equipment that they need from the likes of you and others.
Well, Carol, we don't sell just radios where a radio would go with an officer. We have a whole portfolio of public safety solutions and technology that also can be used to augment headcount reduction. So a lot of municipalities and state governments and city governments are thinking, how do we use technology to be more productive in the face of headcount restraints?
So, Greg, bottom line, you're not seeing any indications of a reduction in demand for your types of equipment and services as a result of these cutbacks at the local level at various governments?
So, as I mentioned a month ago, we still grew 1.5% in our government public safety business in Q3. I can't obviously, Carol, guide or comment on Q4, but suffice to say, we remain pretty consistent.
Let me ask you about what I think one of the most exciting aspects of this story is, you know, you guys are selling mobile devices that are being used more and more in businesses. Carol and I use them here on the set. People use them obviously in factories. Businesses are using them all around. And it's cool that you are going to be competing now with Sanjay on this to some extent. There's some overlap there. Does that excite you? Is it a concern for you? What do you say about who's going to win when you see Solutions versus Motorola Mobile?
I don't think that's the story, Matt. First of all, we don't compete today. What we do on mobile computing and our enterprise devices are industrial, blue-collar, field service type applications, logistics, warehouse, ruggedized equipment applications. The mobility business is pursuing white-collar corporate enterprise. So far, the twain don't meet. We're not worried about competing with anybody. We think the market is substantial to expand. The opportunities are in front of us, and we'll compete with whoever comes along. We're very well positioned.
All right, so you'll compete with whoever comes along. Greg, what about, would you be open to a deal, a buyout deal, whether it's a private equity firm or others, Carl Icahn perhaps, or somebody else, in terms of some kind of buyout? Would you be open to that down the road?
Well, I don't think buying out or selling out is a strategy. I think it's all about growing the business from this day forward. We're investing in organic R&D. Carol, we're very excited about public safety LTE,
right,
which is zero today. We think it will be material over the next several years. We've forged a partnership with Ericsson.
Right.
There's other partnerships to follow. I think it's all about growth.
All right, 5 seconds, but are you worried about you becoming the target of a leveraged buyout? Just quickly here, Greg.
Not worried at all.
All right. Good to get some time with you. Greg, thank you so much. Greg Brown, who's president and CEO of Motorola Solutions.